Hey guys, this is Game and Hack, and today we'll be taking a look at something called while loops and for loops. So this is an example of what a while loop and a for loop is. We're going to first start off with while loops. So a while loop will repeat forever in this scenario. So we're just checking while whatever here is true, it's going to continue doing anything under this, which is indented, forever. So for now, we're going to go ahead and run this. And when we run this, it should print hello forever because we know 1 is equal to 1, and that's true. So when we run this by pressing F5, it's going to print hello forever. I do not recommend you guys doing this as a lot of computers will crash. Another thing we can do is type in maybe true, because we know while true is true, it's going to go ahead and print hello. So now when we go ahead and run this, it's going to again print hello forever. And we will now figure out a way that we can make this run, but we could also make it exit some way. So we could maybe go ahead and make a variable. So we could name this is running, like that. Okay, and we could make this true. And right here, we'll change this to is running. And now when we run this, it's going to keep printing, obviously. And now all we got to do is set this to false. And we can do this by writing if. Maybe we could go ahead and ask another question. Would you like to continue? That's a really lengthy variable. We could also just call this maybe Q1 for question 1. And we'll get an input from the user. And we'll call this would you like to continue? Like that. And if this is true, so we could write if Q1 is equal to, and we could write maybe yes, we will go ahead and keep printing. But we could go ahead and write elif Q1 is equal to no. We could go ahead and set is running to false. And then finally we could write else, and we'll tell it to go ahead and print an error. We could go ahead and run this. And it's going to ask, would we like to continue? We type in yes, it's going to print hello, and it would ask it again. We could type in yes as many times as we would like. It's just going to keep printing hello. But if we type in no, it's just going to quit. And another thing you guys might have seen is the error message. And we did this by just making an else statement. So we could type in this, and it's going to go ahead and write error, and would you like to continue? So this is where while statements are very, very key. Next, we will take a look at for loops. So over here, we could see it says for I in range 5. It's going to go ahead and print hello. What does for I in range 5 do? So basically what this is doing is creating a variable. So I could go ahead and do this. I'll call this I is equal to 0. It's going to say while I is less than 5, or yeah, we'll say less than 5. Go ahead and print hello. Like that. But it's also going to have to add something to I. So we can type in I plus or plus equal 1. Okay. So this is exactly what this is doing. So when we go ahead and run this, I'm going to first comment this out. When we run this, it's going to print it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. Because we are setting the variable I to 0, then we're running it until I is more than 5. Print, and it's going to add to I, and when I becomes 1, it's still less than 5, so it's going to repeat this again, and it's still going to be less than 5 because it's 2. It's going to repeat this again, 3, 4, and then finally 5, and it's going to come back, and this is going to turn false, so it's not going to continue. So this is the exact same as the for loop. So we could just go ahead and type for I in range 5, print hello. So when we go ahead and run this, it's going to say hello, 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 hello. So this is a really easy way of using a for loop. We can also go ahead and make this a variable. So we can maybe write num. And we can go ahead and set num to whatever the user types in. So we could type in num is equal to int input and then whatever the user types in. So type a number like that. So now when we go ahead and run this, it's going to say type a number. We type in 10. It's going to print it 10 times. We could go ahead and count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is what the for loop does. These are the really basics of actually using the for and again while loop. And this is often used in Turtle, Pygame, and some more advanced things. But you guys could also use this for the calculator application we have used. Because in that, it just asks for the input one time and then it ends. And if you add a while loop, it's just going to keep asking, keep answering, and it'll be amazing.